Hey, welcome to the first installment of the Bourbon Bar Fight series. All right, this is going to be something different. I don't really have this planned out all the way yet. My primary concern is this doesn't go too long. This is a monthly event, first Thursday of every month. I'm going to bring you a new lineup. Today, Jim Beam and Wild Turkey walk into a bar. Let's find out what happens right after this. All right, we're ready to get rowdy, okay? No water in between. Bar fights are messy. We're not going to be playing cleanup today on the pallet. We're just going to pour these right in on top of each other. We have the Wild Turkey lineup over here, starting with Wild Turkey 101, Wild Turkey Long Branch, and Russell's Reserve. Now, I have more of each of these lineups, but I had to pick three, so I just picked three of them from each lineup, starting with a lower end, medium, and what I consider a higher end, okay, of their lines. So this is a Beam Suntory lineup, and I didn't go for the Bookers. I thought that was unfair to Russell's Reserve, so I stuck with the Baker's 7 year, trying to get these. And I can already tell you, I think Wild Turkey over here has got an edge over the Beam Suntory, simply because Basil Hayden's is a lightweight. But, you know, bourbons have personality. Whiskeys in general have personality. You know, I'm looking at this like this is the young, spunky ones right here. You know, these are your younger guys that come in, and they're the ones that usually start the trouble. You know, you got your fixers here in the middle, or the ones that try to keep reason about it, and then you got your old souls that come in and teach the young pups a thing or two. So we're going to start here and work our way over. And what I'm going to do is start on one side and go to the other. I didn't pour a lot of bourbon in each of these. I'm not looking to get super hammered tonight. But let's start here. And these two here get in an argument. And I'm going to try one. I'm going to try the other one. And I go back and forth. And I'm going to figure out, just compare and contrast, which one of these two I think won the fight. All right? So here we go. We're going to start with Wild Turkey 101. Yep, familiar. Got the basic bourbon note, vanilla, apples coming through. This isn't about giving a whole bunch of notes. This is not about reviewing these bourbons down to a T and looking for notes. This is about drink. Which one did I prefer more? All right. First sip out of the way. Okay. Vanilla. Coming through pretty strong over here. Little spicy notes. Jim Beam, single barrel. It's not the base Jim Beam, but neither is Wild Turkey 101. It's not the base Wild Turkey. Jim Beam coming through a little softer, a little more vanilla, caramel coming through. A little bit spicier over here. Weather's starting to cool off a little bit. I think Wild Turkey 101 would have that edge, but let's do it one more time. Oh yeah, man, that is good. And you have to let them smooth out a little bit. Man, both of these are good. I love bourbon. Boy, I tell you though, it's close. But I think Jim Beam was able to get a body shot in on Wild Turkey 101 and put him to his knees. All right. However, briefly, I think in this case, single barrel, Jim Beam single barrel edged the fight out. Now, both of them got bloody. There was no clear winner. So let's back these off. Now, the family is involved at this point. So Basil Hayden steps in, and so does Long Branch. Now, Long Branch, you can see, that's a big, wide-shouldered guy. He's one of those guys where you don't know if he can fight or not, but you don't know whether you really want to figure it out, So I'm going to start over here since Jim Beam won that last one, and we're going to nose a little Basil Hayden. Yeah, he's a lightweight. He's a lightweight. All right, let's swirl this one around. All right, he's a little punchier over here. A little more oaky notes in there. Of course, that's got the mesquite infused, so that's going to come through. Basil Hayden's. Oh, wow. You know, after those other bourbons, though, it's a little watery. It's a little watery. I mean, it was some good, smooth notes. And, of course, my tongue, you know, it's all used to the bourbon now. That, you know, Long Branch going. Now, he's just trying to talk his way out of this. You know, come on. He won the fight. Let it go. I don't know if he's going to let it go. Let's see if he's going to let it go. Nope, he's not going to let it go. He is not going to let it go. He has a lot more woody punchy over here on the Basil Hayden's, and he figures he can take this guy. So I think it's a one-punch knockout, really. But I'm gonna give him another go here. Basil Hayden's, you got one more shot. Yep. I can't hardly bring any notes out in it anymore after, you know, having this bourbon, especially after this one. Again, like I said, bar fights are messy. We're not going to wash this down with water. That mesquite comes through. That's a good sharp one. All right, for this one, it's a one for Wild Turkey. So we got one on the Jim Beam single barrel over Wild Turkey 101, and we have Wild Turkey Long Branch coming back in over Basil Hayden. So we're in a tie. We're going to bring out our tiebreakers here. These are the big guns. Now, which one is going to come out on top between Russell's Reserve and Baker's 7? All right, let's figure it out. We're going to go over here because Long Branch won that last one. So let's start here, swirl this around. Oh, wow. That's got some good deep notes coming out. Even over the top of this other bourbon, that bourbon is popping. It has some really good notes. Got some good wood notes in it, oaky notes. It's not as sweet now as some of these other bourbons. It's a little drier. But we're getting some good underlying spice notes in there on this one. All right, little raisin in there too. All right, Bakers, come on. Let's see what you got. He came up, he puffed his chest out. It's time for you to take it to the house. Oh, I can already smell that deeper caramel down, you know, molassesy in there. Let's see if I can remember what this is. Oh, that's good. Over the top of all this other bourbon, damn, that comes out really well. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The flavors in here, even some dark meat flavor in there, like a good bacon burn ends type thing, you know. That's some really good stuff. Yeah, Russell's Reserve, it's coming up a little lightweight compared to the Baker 7. Now, on their own, all of these stand up completely on their own. But when you start mixing them back to back like this, I think Baker's come out. Now, if we take Basil Hayden's out of the lineup, all right, which is the lightest weight, lightest flavor, you need to start with this and finish with it also if you're going to drink Basil Hayden's, because its notes will get lost with almost any other bourbon. But so easy to drink, but it's like water. It really does taste like water, especially after drinking these two. So let's take him out of the picture. And now, do These two, Jim Beam Single Barrel and Baker 7, stand up to the entire lineup over here of the Wild Turkeys, all right? Now that we've had all of them, let's go back to the beginning, all right? I'm still getting notes off this. That Jim Beam Single Barrel is pretty good. It stands up even after washing all this other bourbon over it. I'm still getting some good vanilla and caramel notes coming through on that. Now, I'm certainly not getting any deep dark woods. I'm not getting much spice out of it, but those base bourbon notes are popping through. It does not taste watery even after drinking all that. I can't say the same thing for regular Jim Beam, but man, this Jim Beam Single Barrel stands up. Yep, that is really, really good. Okay, now let's go back to the youngster over here, the Wild Turkey 101. Man, I'm getting fucked up. Yeah, its notes come through as well, but I think it's spicy. The little bit of spicy note in there kind of got rough, you know, because it's being subdued a lot. And I don't think it stands up well on top of other bourbons. So we're going to knock this one completely out over here. And now we're down right here. Long Branch. The Oak and Texas Mesquite Charcoal Refined. All right. The broad-shouldered one of the bunch. The True Cowboy. Does taste kind of like a campfire. Not in a bad way. But yeah, I'm getting, you know, the smoky, or the oaky and the mesquite does come through. I can taste it. The mesquite's a little sweet anyway. And it adds a little bit to the sweetness. But now I'm going back to the Jim Beam. Though. Man. That Jim Beam Single Barrel smooth. It really is. For the price, I know it's a little more than regular Jim Beam, but man, that thing's standing up well with this bar fight stuff. That sucker's got something going on though. I can guarantee you these are close. This one's better than this. But I think man, that is close. That is a close fight right here. That is a close fight. Everybody's going to be sore in the morning. Man, that's a good bourbon. That's a really, really good bourbon. That Baker 7. But so is Russell's Reserve. Yeah, I think with those two gone, all that was left was these four. They would end up punch drunking each other until they were all just tired, and they would probably end up being friends tomorrow. So we're going to leave it at that. I think it's a pretty good lineup between the Beam lineup from at least the bourbons I had and the Wild Turkeys. Man, you start washing these bourbons over top of each other and you start getting those primary notes popping through, and which ones can stand up against ones where you just, you know, no water in between and you're just bang, bang, banging them. I would say I think edged out is Baker 7, but my second for certain is Russell's Reserve. And for the price, man, you can't beat this. This was a really, really good lower end bottle right here. I think the notes come through extremely well. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. I hope you enjoyed the first installment of the Bourbon Bar Fight series. And as always, please like and subscribe. Hit the bell down there for notifications. Share me out, and I promise I'll keep bringing you these videos.